Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Insurance Questions Podcast, episode number 66. What is she doing here? Don't let anybody in Greenville, let me tell you.
I know. I came to mess with you. You know you're super loud sitting next to you.
I know, right?
Oh my God. I need an earplug. Anyways.
Okay, let's do this first. Make it stop.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Like, subscribe, follow all the platforms, comments, all the things so that we can expand how we do the podcast and bring you better content, better visuals, all the things. Now you
Well
can go
done.
ahead and say your thing.
All the comments made by Donnie Lowe, Seth Kutera, and Eddie Buffalo are solely for entertainment purposes. How's that?
So
That was very
basically, we need
entertaining.
to hire someone who knows how to cut the video, so you don't get that piece from Eddie.
Yeah, because
That's what
I'd
makes
like to
us.
have the disclaimer come up like before we start, but I'm not gonna do that yet. But- So Donnie, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
And you got up off the floor?
I got up off the floor.
Why don't you
Absolutely.
tell our listeners why you were on the floor this morning?
Well, we did some research into the numbers of people that are listening or viewing our podcasts. And for our podcast from yesterday, 1.8 million views or listens.
Which is awesome.
I feel
We
like we're
did.
listening to Dr. Evil.
Dr.
1 million. 800,000 and something. Oh my God.
That's incredible.
Yes. So I kind of like this that you're here. We should do this more often.
Yeah, it's
We
great.
need a space so that we can do the podcast room.
I tried to talk Donnie into coming to Chicago with us. He won't do it.
Oh, come on, that would be amazing.
Look at it's my anniversary
it.
weekend.
Oh, no,
It's getting rough now.
I get
Look
it.
it.
It would be my last anniversary weekend if I
Let me
went.
tell you something. Oh yeah, yeah. You got to rub that in, Don.
Well,
Maybe it's your last anniversary, Eddie. It was too. So this is part 2 of our episode from last week. Does anybody remember what we talked about? So we had asked each other what we talked about.
oh, I knew what we talked about.
You did not. You're such
Yes,
a
I did.
liar, pants on fire, Donnie Lowe.
All right, we went through the kind of the application process for life insurance and some of the questions that the underwriting team of any insurance company will ask the proposed insured. So some of those questions, we'll just do a quick refresh other than the basic information, but kind of looking at current health status, any type of felonies or DUIs, anything like that within the past 10 years, any current heart conditions, diabetes, all of that. It doesn't negate you for insurance, but the company just needs to know what we're looking at right up front, and we'll try to work through all of those. If there are issues, we'll work through those issues.
What about HIV?
This is why we can't sit next to each other, weirdo.
What about HIV? What if, do I have to be tested for HIV?
You are tested typically, and they send the results to whomever you want, yourself or your
What
physician.
if I don't want to do it?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if that's a state thing or not.
I think it's a state by state thing, actually.
Yeah. So I can't answer for Texas.
Now, let me ask you a couple other things, Donnie. I'm Eddie Buffalo, and when it comes to my sex, I identify as a buffalo. What do you do about the male-female thing?
All right. So identifying as a bison, you can't do
Oh, I'm a
that. Sorry.
bison. See, you know what? You don't like me as a buffalo. You have to change. That's it. I'm not buying insurance from you. I'm
Okay,
a buffalo. That's
okay.
what I identify as, Donnie Lowe.
Good for you. Good for you, Eddie. So
No. Let me see more.
that's an
More,
interesting
more.
question that you asked, because I did have a client
That's why I
ask
asked
me
it.
about that. And I went to the underwriting team because I did not know the answer. And the answer from the underwriting team is whatever your genitalia is how you'll be rated. So male or female.
Wait a second, is now or was born as?
Is currently.
Oh, interesting.
So if you go through the process of transitioning completely, okay.
And so your job as an insurance agent, do you have to check that out yourself?
No,
I'm
thank
pretty sure
goodness.
they can attach your medical records.
Are you sure? Even if you want to?
I don't want to, and I know I do not have to do that, and I will not do that.
Okay, I have another question for you. I'm trying to think of questions people have asked us in the past. So I applied for $1 million of insurance.
Yes,
And I know when we would always talk way back when, and some people don't do it, but I still do it, and I know you do too, is that we go for a middle of the road rating, meaning a non-smoking rating. Okay.
Mhm.
And say Sarah wanted $1 million of term insurance for 10 years.
right.
And her thing comes back, her physical and everything from underrating comes back, and she's ultra premier. First of all, what does ultra premier mean? And secondly, can I pay less money or get more insurance? Take it away,
So,
Natalie.
so what Ultra Premier means is there are different ratings or classifications that the underwriting team will assign an
Mean whether you're a
individual.
boy or a girl or a buffalo?
What it determines on your health, basically.
He just keeps
And
going.
if you're a buffalo, sorry, there's no rating for
Oh,
that.
you're racist against buffaloes, Donnie.
Yes,
I don't
I
want to
am.
talk to you no more.
Stop, I need to put some tape over your mouth. Oh my God, go ahead, Donnie.
Thank you, thank you. So there are about actually like 32 different ratings or classifications. The ultra preferred is really like the person that is in tip-top shape. You know, typically they're a little bit younger, 20s, 30s, maybe early 40s. No medications, no high cholesterol, no, their blood pressure is incredible. So what that means is their premium for the insurance is going to be lower than, say, somebody that might be a smoker, as an example. And the reason why that is because that very healthy person most likely tends to live much longer. So there's less risk on the insurance company side of things, where that smoker typically doesn't live as long. So the risk is higher, where a payout of a death benefit will be sooner rather than later.
So how do you handle it, Donnie, when you quoted a person something,
Mhm.
but for whatever reason, health reasons, who knows, that they come back with a higher rating, meaning the customer has to pay for more? How do you go about telling that customer that, and how do you deal with it when they're upset that they have to pay so much more? Because I got perfect health, Don. I don't know what these guys are talking about. And DWI, well, I forgot about it.
Yeah, no,
And that has
exactly.
happened. It sounds funny, but it's really not. This
No,
is
it's
something
happened.
that's happened in real life.
Yeah, it's happened to me several times as well. But when during the application process, and I go through the questions, I do let the client know that, look, if you're aware of anything, if you're on medications, or if you had an issue, 5 years ago or 3 years ago with a DUI, as an example, let me know, because it's better to know up front.
Yeah.
Because when it goes through underwriting, they access all the databases. They'll know exactly what medications you're on. They pull up
So I
all
can't lie to you, Don?
you can lie, but we're going to find out.
Yes, yes.
So they're going to find out everything, what medications you're on, any public information on DUIs or anything like that. So it's better
Felony
to know going
convictions,
in. What was
felony
that?
convictions, felony
Exactly.
convictions of, not just DMV,
Right,
other types.
right.
Well, so here's another question, because you are mentioning felony convictions change it. What about misdemeanors? Does misdemeanors don't count?
No, and so it depends on what the issue is too, and was it multiple misdemeanors
Is
in
it a
a
violent
very
crime? I think
recent
that's something they
history?
look at too.
Yeah, or was it, somebody, 19 years old and did a bunch of things that they knew they shouldn't have done, and now they're 30 years old and they've been clean ever since. There are a lot of variables that go into it. It's not black and white by any means.
Mhm. And it's a good point, and I mentioned him a bunch of times, for both of our mentors, John Foster. Number one, it's never as bad as you think it's gonna be when it comes to
Right.
insurance. And if insurance, there's an exception to every rule.
That's very true.
So don't think just because you and your brother went at the same time and got the same thing, you're twins, and you both have the same health and everything, something funky must be in your background where, you know, your brother is paying a little bit more, a little less than you are,
That's right. That's right.
you
We
know?
just don't know what that might be, but but there is something. There's a difference there. Everybody is unique. Everybody's different. So there could be different outcomes as far as the underwriting team is concerned.
Do you have any more questions for Diane?
No, I can't really think of it. And y'all just remind me of why I went into accounting is because the numbers are black and white and you can see how things shift and yours is more of a shade of gray because everything depends on everything else.
Yes.
And that's
it's
very true. Again, so many different variables.
And there is a huge human part of underwriting. Somebody's
Yeah.
actually sitting there looking through it. It isn't like you're pumping it into a computer and AI says, oh, Donnie Lowe, he is a non-smoker. This is the rate he gets.
So your field will never be replaced fully by AI, is what I hear.
No, I don't think so.
You know what? I think we're
that-
gonna see
That goes,
partially.
that goes back to another thing, Don. When I started in the business, I came from the background of being on the phone all the time.
Mhm.
And when I was on the phone, my supervisor at the time said, kid, you're never gonna sell insurance being on the phone. Wow, have things changed since the pandemic?
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Even like, I think I told this story before, I had a new guy working with me. And I was telling him everything, and I say, yeah, I went to such and such, he goes, you used to go to their house? I'm like, yeah, I mean, more business was written on coffee tables, dining room tables, and kitchen
Yeah.
tables, more than people know, you know?
That's so true.
Right now, like, I would still meet somebody in person, because you're not ever gonna get rid of that personal touch.
Nor should we get rid
especially-
of it.
Especially with everything we've been doing this week. We did go live with Amazon.com. We are the first insurance agency in America, probably the world, and I don't know about that, that is actually going to be able to sell insurance on Amazon.com. Right now, it says everything's inactive because we just have some more hoops to jump through. But it's really nice that you'll be able to do it. Let me see if I can get the screenshot of it so everybody can see. And the brand name is definitely gonna be EBI Agency, and this, though, I'm so glad that popped up, Sarah. So, are you gonna be, I think she's gonna be the first tax preparer available on Amazon.com also.
So Eddie doesn't do anything. He
No,
just sits around
I'm a
and
bum.
random things.
I'm a
And
bum.
It's funny because he put me on Amazon as well. He put the agent insurance first. I came up first because I'm number one.
I don't understand why or how she did it, but as you see, she is listed number one under EBI Agency.
And his phone finger that says I'm number one.
So not only are you gonna be able to get tax advice there, but you're gonna be able to buy insurance. How many products did we go through the other day that we did our initial offering? Was about 14 products.
Yeah, I think it was pretty close to that initially.
Yeah, and we
We'll
are
have
gonna
more.
be adding more, and let me get something straight here. You're not buying from Amazon. We're using them as a gateway to get to us.
Correct.
So, and as we've said before, if you don't want to talk to somebody in person, I don't know why you wouldn't want to talk.
I mean, I'm awesome.
Just saying. But you also have the option of just doing everything automated too. So,
That's right. That's right.
yeah. What else we got today? Oh, I know, Don. Why did you get into this business?
That's a great question. That really
I
is.
say that all the time, you know.
No, but it
Yeah,
is.
great question.
Yeah. So why did you get in this business? To make money? To make some fast cash?
No,
Just
it's
shake
not
and
an
bake?
easy business to make fast cash. That's for sure.
Right.
To help people. You know, it's just for, I guess, somewhat personal reasons and in knowing friends that have gone through situations where they did not have coverage and
And
something
the F word, fiduciary responsibility, Don.
fiduciary responsibility.
Out of the gutter. Why are you laughing?
Yeah,
This isn't funny. This is
Because-
serious stuff we're talking here.
Because I
it
know
is
you,
serious.
and there's so many different ways that could have been.
It's the F word, fiduciary responsibility.
That's right. That's right. But
I bet you
the
a great
worst
t-shirt.
thing,
I love the F word. I sell insurance.
Oh,
I
I
love
know.
the F word.
No.
the worst thing that I see, especially after getting into this industry, is something tragic happens and you see a GoFundMe page for the family because
100%.
they didn't have insurance coverage or enough insurance coverage, so now how is that mom with 2 kids who was a stay-at-home mom, as an example, and the husband perishes, how is she going to be able to afford to stay in that house
She's
to raise
not.
those children?
Absolutely
So,
not, without help anyways.
yeah, that's, the financial protection wasn't there, but that's why this industry, what we do is so critical on a very personal level. So that's why I got into it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. When I started in this business, I didn't know what it was gonna be about. I ended up answering a Facebook ad. That's how I got my first job in insurance. And the thing that really made a difference for
Wait a
me,
second. You have an issue with me. I'm just,
what?
no.
Just stop talking. Stop talking.
You need to be
Hey,
closer,
I just
Sarah.
want everybody, all our listeners to know, you see that looks like I'm in the driver's seat. This is the only time I'm ever gonna be in the driver's seat, ever, in this business relationship that me and Sassy Sarah have. But, I'm not gonna go into specifics, but when you make that first, visit to a family that lost a loved one, and you're handing them a check for however amount of money. Well, I think we've said this before, it's not gonna bring that person back, but it's gonna erase a lot of problems that you're gonna have. You're not gonna have to worry about where you're gonna live, how you're gonna take care of the kids, how you're gonna put food on the table, and,
Absolutely.
I had a woman, she was just bawling her eyes out when I handed her the check, like, cause she didn't know he had this much set up for her. I go, you gotta look at it this way. He took care of you when you were together. He's gone, and guess what? He's still taking care of you.
That's right.
And it's just, that did it for me. That what made this a career instead of just a 9 to 5 job. And gosh, we know it's not a 9 to 5 job.
No, it's
I've
absolutely.
even gotten a guy called me, cause he was older, and so that generation, like, not both couples knew everything going on in the household finances.
That's very
And
common.
so he called me at like 8:30 in the morning, Christmas morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And he's like, oh, she just died last night. I don't know where the paperwork. I'm like, obviously there's nothing I can do right now. But the next morning I made sure I got all his information so we could do the death claim on it.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know how you feel, Don, but my phone's always available to my customers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
In fact, my client Raquel, yeah, I'm talking to you, Raquel, because I know you listen to all the episodes. We were talking the other day and she's like, oh, when you get bigger, that's not how she sounds. I just do voices. As you're getting bigger, are you still gonna, be my agent? I said, I'm always gonna be your agent,
Yeah,
I
as you
said,
know,
you're
and we
just like a sister to me. She
we
goes, "Oh,
build
say the same
friendships.
thing about Sarah."
We build friendships with our clients. We get to know them,
Yes.
their families, and it's a wonderful, wonderful
Hey,
experience.
Aiden, shush over there.
You want to come back to show everybody
Yeah,
your
you can-
sharp dress?
yeah.
Well?
Come on. So Aiden's with his mom today and he's dressed like Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, black suit. Come on, you gotta come on now. I got you put your sunglasses on too.
Yeah, so I need to get him some sunglasses.
He had
Black
them.
shades. No, black shades, so he fits it better.
Oh, Blues Brothers.
I
Even
love it.
better. Gotta put the shades on, kid. Come on.
Johnny
He's
Lee
very
Hooker.
adorable. So he used to wear,
Wait,
bow
say that.
ties all the time. He loves dressing up.
This is our security for the ABI and,
I love it.
Insurance Questions podcast. He's
The
gone.
tie and
already,
everything.
You know,
So he
what
loved,
a punk. He's just like you.
yes, he loved dressing up. He used to love bow ties. He's gotten out of the bow tie phase, which would have been so adorable, but
See, I must not like you. I haven't given you a nickname yet.
no, you like him. That's why you haven't given him.
No, yeah, that's right.
You've called him a lot of different things.
Well, I kind of stole one, Ginger Ninja, you know,
Ah,
with his red hair.
yeah.
But oh, you need to get closer to the microphone, Donnie. Say.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I am so thrilled that you were here to be with me today.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God Donnie can ever be with us unless we're all in Buffalo.
Yeah.
If he comes visit us, God
You never
forbid you
know.
come to Texas, Don. They'll
You
let
never
you
know.
in. I'll give you a pass for a couple days. All right.
Will I need my passport?
Yes, to show that you're from Williamsville. But that's a good question. Is your passport like the covering made of gold?
Not the whole cover,
Oh, goodness.
just the lettering. It's gold leaf.
I think we've done enough damage here today. So like we
Yes.
say at the end of every podcast, if you like working with people that are just like you, we're the people to see. www.ebiagency.com. And say it again, Sarah, because it's aggravating me that 60 to 90% of our customers, our listeners, aren't liking and subscribing.
Oh, stop yelling.
Now,
at me.
I know I got.
Like, subscribe, follow, comment, do things, share, all the things on all the places.
A lot of them are like, how that? I ain't doing that. That just, yeah, I don't like it. So for Sassy Sarah, your buddy Donnie Lowe, and your buddy Eddie Buffalo, that I do identify as a Buffalo today. Everybody stay safe out there, and we will see you tomorrow for Annuities Podcast, Don. You gonna be
Awesome.
ready for that? Are you gonna
I'm
be ready?
ready.
Are you? Are you?
I'm ready.
Well, I gotta stop sharing. I gotta remember to stop sharing first.
Ciao.
Mhm.
And then I can say bye, everybody. Take it easy.